Welcome to Occultist Radio. Radio with your hosts, Vicky Adams and Jymie Darling. So what are we going to do tonight?
We're going to be talking about the Egyptian religion.
Is that what we're doing?
I suppose so. So, yeah. Why? I wanted to drop it this week.
One is a genius, the other's insane.
So which one's insane?
I am.
The genes have his voice. The pinky and the brain. Before each night is done, their plan will be unfurled by the dawning of the sun. They'll take over the world.
Okay, fade out.
Each night is done, their plan will be unfurled by the dawning of the sun. They'll take over the world, their pinky and the brain. Yes, pinky and the brain. Their twilight campaign is easy to explain. To prove their mousy work and overthrow the earth. Their pinky and the brain.
I know, but this week I finally found it.
This week I decided no.
I actually had it set up too for, what are we going to do this week? And I was waiting for you to say, I don't know, brain, so I could hit the thing, but you just F'd that right up. Doesn't matter, I played it anyway, because I found the theme song.
Oh, why didn't you tell me?
Because it was going to be a surprise.
I told you last week we should drop it.
I told you I wasn't going to.
Alright.
So, brain. No.
Okay, so should we just launch right into it?
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Are you chipping? Hang on, it's just one person here.
Okay.
So don't worry about it.
This is in my face.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Why is it so low?
Why is it in my face? Let's whack around the mic. Bam!
It just seems like it's angled wrong. You know what?
Pinky. It's pinky. The brain.
I can't stop.
Okay, let's do Egyptian religion tonight. You know what? Better yet, let's not. Let's just talk about how hell's freezing over out here in Los Angeles. It snowed in Burbank.
I know. I wish it would come a little further down.
Snow Hollywood?
Yeah. Snow at the Oscars.
That would be great.
Not that would stop them, but they've made our life hell for a week.
Yeah. I'm going to stop the pampered pets and the crappy stuff. Anyway.
Okay.
You know, the Egyptian religion's kind of neat.
It's kind of neat.
Oh, it's really neat. And you want to know why they were considered the greatest occultists of all?
Mm-hmm. No, brain, why?
I tell you, Pinky. Because they almost took over the world. No, because they were actually raised with the belief that magic was real.
Mm-hmm.
And that occult was real. And therefore, there was absolutely no doubts in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So they're considered the greatest occultists of the world.
Yep.
We have a big show tonight. We're going to do it in 3 parts. We're going to have the first part where we're doing a bunch of ritual and ceremony. We're going to switch down under to the Ustream. And to go through the mythology of some of the gods and goddesses. And then we're going to, of course, do our, there's the tweezers to kill the worms.
Stop.
To do the Q&A.
You're so random sometimes.
I'm very random all the time.
Sometimes.
All the time.
Okay, so should we launch into temple blessings? Well, actually, yeah.
Hold on. I just want to set the mood.
All right. Well,
cigarette. Foreign types with the hookah pipe say, walk like an Egyptian.
Okay, my silliness is over. I actually do have some really great Egyptian stuff here, though. Hymns to Osiris, Isis unveiled, through the Ankh, and the enchanted Egypt. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, go, so go right ahead. Now that I'm done playing.
Now that I've just thrown up my hands and walked out the room. Okay. Are you going to be more disruptive, or are we done?
Oh no, I'm utterly disruptive. I love the song. I remember when that came out.
I know. That's kind of depressing that we remember when it came out.
I don't remember. I'm too young for that.
You just said you remember when it came out.
No, I was reading what Obsidian Dragon wrote.
Ah, you remember.
I was too young.
Okay.
I don't think I was born then.
Okay, babe. I don't think you were ever born anyway.
I was hatched. I was hatched. I crawled in as some kind of slime that crawled out from underneath the rock, trust me.
Yeah, the primordial
slime.
Okay, so, alright, we're going to go into temple blessing, and the foundation is the most important part of the temple.
It is?
Yes, it is. Any foundation is important.
So
all foundations are important. Without a foundation, you got what?
Sand. Okay, I'm done being disruptive.
That's true. Okay.
And a lot of it in Egypt. And it blows out from underneath your feet.
All right.
And you get them big giant camel-eating spiders that look like sand.
They come and hug your face.
Come and hug your face, suck out your brains.
All right. So its foundation has to rise out of the earth, just as the mound rose out of the primordial ocean of Nun. Originally, it was the king's responsibility to excavate the site, but today it isn't necessary. But you can do the following.
Walk like an Egyptian? But you can do the following.
All right, let me.
Well, because the mounds were pretty huge.
Yeah.
They were like the big size, they were the huge mounds. But you can't do that right now. Your neighbors in city code will get all kinds upset at you.
Yeah.
But there are things you can do.
Okay.
And let's talk about those.
Do not invoke any god here. No gods are directly involved in the initial stages making of the temple.
A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm. Take some watery mud and mix with straw and form 4 mud bricks. You can... Yes, we're making you use your hands.
In mud?
You may want to wear gloves, but it's cool not to. You can go hardcore and just do it all natural.
Can I throw the mud?
No, we're making mud bricks here.
Mud bricks, not mud balls. Gotcha.
And with straw to help bind the mud.
The straw should be finite then.
Yes, you don't want big chunky bits of straw. Otherwise you have like odd bricks with straw bits sticking out. Now you can either make them part of the temple foundation itself or just place them in the 4 corners once they are finished. Either way, it is to symbolize strength and protection as the cornerstones of the building. What?
Nothing.
Alright. Next, sprinkle sand on the foundation of the temple to symbolize the primordial virgin soil. And of course, you can sweep it away later once the purification is done. Now place objects of protection in the 4 corners of the foundation to symbolize protection against all those who would wish to tear the building down or have it harmed in any way. Can you sit still, please?
Good evening.
The final act of this rite is to tamp down the foundation to symbolize the firmness of the foundation. Now for the purification and the preparation of the temple or altar. First you need to prepare some natron, which is a combination of baking soda and salt and incense, pine resin being the most appropriate. Go through each room of the temple or around the altar. sprinkling natron and sensing, visualizing the all negative energies leaving the temple and altar.
Oh.
Once that is completed, you need to bring it to life. The statues and wall paintings with an opening of... Bring to life the statues and wall paintings with the opening of the mouth ceremony.
Are you going to go through that?
Mm-hmm. That would be an affirmative.
Excellent.
Did you hear the cat?
You answer me with meows. I found the bell.
Right, I can...
Ink?
I am so distracted by you today. Okay.
Why are you distracted by
I
me?
don't know.
I'm not disruptive.
You have a really disruptive, distracting vibe today.
You've got a disruptive vibe today. You're craptive of the head.
Are you even speaking English? Okay.
I can try.
So we're talking about bringing to life the statues and wall paintings. Well, what wall paintings?
Well, you'd be painting walls on you. You should have wall paintings.
Yeah.
Did you cover that?
No. It just dawned on me. Okay, I left out the step that if you want to paint some murals, that would be most appropriate.
Most.
Otherwise...
Buy pictures or the papyrus pictures.
Yeah, you can buy those cool papyrus pictures.
They are kind of cool.
Some of them actually are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, no. So, I mean,
some of them look like a 2-year-old drill.
Yeah. So,
or a Pokemon game.
If you have some fellow occultists who want to help you with this, you can have 2 priests to impersonate the gods invoked, or do this alone. You can also invoke the deities into you if you know how. So, and that would be called what, brain? You were not listening, were you?
The evocations of deities. That would be bringing in the gods and goddesses outside the body into the temple.
Invoke, yeah.
Oh, invoke into the body?
You, yeah. See, you were not listening.
No, I was not.
You're playing with wires.
I'm about to be playing with duct tape or masking. What is this, electrical tape next?
Right, the opener is Ta, and the openee is all the other god images of the temple and altar. You need you might also need to gather some sculpting tools for this, right?
Yes.
Which you can buy at any art store.
Yes.
Okay, you'll take one of the tools and touch the tool to the part that needs to be open and say the following. So basically you'd point to...
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my God. All right.
You're reading, this is your area.
I'm checking to see if you're paying attention.
Well, this is your area. Don't distract them with me.
If I'm distracted, they're distracted. Alright. So, you touch the tool to the part, whatever part of the altar you're working on, and say the following.
Go ahead and vibrate that.
You know what? Do you want to do it?
No. Where are we?
Alright, you just do that. I'm right there.
You're right there?
Yeah. I like when you vibrate. I'm right here.
And say the following. Ptah! Opener! And then Ptah takes his blade to open the eyes. Sokar Openi! Sokar Openi opens her eyes. Ptah, open there! Ptah takes his pick to open the nose. It's like picking your nose.
No, it's not like picking your nose.
Sokar Openi! Sokar opens and Openi breathes deeply. Ptah, open there! Ptah takes his chisel to open the mouth. And then Sokar Openi opens his or her mouth. There you go.
Did you have to vibrate the Ptah opener?
No, not really. You could have just said it.
Okay, you don't have to say that. You're being confusing.
You didn't say it, you can vibrate it. In Egyptian, it's not until you get into the temple blessings and stuff like that.
Right.
That's just saying the following to actually open the temple and stuff and junk and like that.
Yeah. I hope people can follow this. We're being really...
You're being distracted because you're trying to test me. Stop trying to test me.
disjointed. Can I have that? Thank you.
Take away the electrical tape. I'll just grab something else.
Can you please focus?
Can you just do the show?
Okay. You should have finished it off.
Oh, is there more?
Well,
No.
Okay, after that opening of the mouth, so now this time as a Nubis, the opener touches the openee with an what? The adzi.
Mm-hmm. It's like anathema.
And repeats the opening. Of course, what she just vibrated. Next, offerings are presented around the altar with a prayer in hopes that all that has been done to the satisfaction of the gods. Finally, the opening is done again. This time it is to the temple altar as a whole unit. From now on, the temple altar is a living, active being in the embodiment of the Netja's vital energy.
An adzi is like a woodworking tool. Chisel, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
It's actually the tool used for smoothing or covering the rough cut wood in handworking.
Right, I guess that makes sense.
Right? Usually they swing the adzi.
Yeah. Maybe as long as there's nobody standing next to you.
What do I care? Somebody gets knocked out, not my problem.
Somebody gets carved out, not your problem.
Not my problem. Then you want the daily adoration. Before the dawn in the last hour of the night, which is also the first hour of the day for those of you who follow the planetary hours, the temple assistants used to hurry to prepare the offerings for the ritual that was about to take place. Now you can do this on your own. So all offerings were placed with great care, from the fruits, vegetables, meats, and cakes, breads, jugs of beer, wine, and milk. Next came incense and natron. Natron is a kind of a, what would you say it is? Natron is baking soda
and salt.
And salt.
I just outlined that earlier.
Okay.
That's because you weren't listening.
And libations of waters of Nun. Nun is one of the gods we'll be talking about later.
Yes.
And that was to purify everything that was to come in contact with the Netja, or the gods. Now, once the purification process was completed, then you could enter the temple bearing the offerings. The offerings were laid out in front of the mound, just purified and ready to be eaten. And it's now the high priest's job to continue from there with a candle lit, and it's the candle to whatever god or goddess that you're blessing your temple to. They entered the sanctuary, assuring that the Netjar, that he came in a state of purity and was not being pursued by enemies. He then broke the seal of the shrine by pulling back the bolt. At this as the doors swung open, which will probably be your bedroom doors or some kind of like den door if you're doing it, you would say, "Awake in peace. May your awakening be peaceful." About that time, you would unveil the face of whatever god or goddess you're going to have in there.
Right.
Because they should be covered when you're not in there.
Right.
Revelation of the face, adoration of the face. Rise into the sky as you re-emerge at the time of the flood. May your rays illuminate the earth. Long live the gods who exude her beauty. They are like the rays of your sun in the east. And spoken to a Set, as she is awoken. Some such thing was said to almost every god. Really, you're just trying to wake up the gods of the corners, and so it's I don't want to say, oh, you're going to say this to Basque, and you're going to say this to Isis, and you're going to say this to Set, and you're going to say, because you're going to choose which ones
right you want to work
with,
right.
And then so now the essence of the god could appear in material form. Further acts of contemplation and adoration followed, and we really don't know a whole lot about that because it really wasn't written, or at least we haven't found those scrolls, or Egypt hasn't given those scrolls, or they're lost somewhere in Iraq right now, or Iran, or we rolled over them with a tank, who knows. Further acts of contemplation and adoration followed. And then it was time for the meal to be served. a platter with the things that had been gathered and brought into and heaped into the altar room. This platter was left there till the next morning, when it was replaced with another platter. Now began the final act of grooming the statue. First, the old clothes were removed, and the statue was purified with water and incense as you walk around the statue. The statue is then dressed again. 4 kinds of clothes are used: white, blue, green, and red. First went white to safeguard against enemies. Next went blue to hide the face. After that, green was placed to ensure bodily health. Finally, red was added to protect. The final act in the grooming process was to dab the ointment to the forehead of the statues that you have. The doors are then shut and footsteps were removed with a broom. Do meditation to the goddess.
Or Isis.
Well, the magical goddess Isis, yeah.
This is a simple meditation to Isis, Queen of Heaven and patron of the magical arts. Allow an hour for this exercise. You need a quiet, softly lit room where you can be alone. Remember to switch off your phone so you're not disturbed by in the middle of your meditation or any other distracting devices. So find a clean cloth to cover your altar. A white one is most appropriate, but another color that you find pleasing will work just as well. Cleanliness was extremely important to the ancient Egyptians, and cleanliness is a preparation for spiritual work even more so. There should be an image of the goddess Isis on your altar. You will need a blue candle to symbolize the divinity of the Queen of Heaven, and an oil burner or some incense. If they are difficult to obtain, you can then use a blue perfume candle. You could use rose in your oil burner or burn church incense, a mixture of myrrh and benzoin, or Isis incense from, your local occult supply store.
Which you can also buy at Panpipes.
Alrighty. Beautiful smells have always been used in meditation and the ritual to stimulate the psyche and to open up spiritual vision. You will also need a small ornate bowl or dish in which to place some milk as an offering to the goddess. The milk symbolizes the life-giving and sustaining properties of the Divine Mother. Now here's the other preparations. Create a simple altar. Your altar can be pretty, it could be like a box. If you don't have anything, like the luxury of having something permanently set up, you can just do a makeshift thing. So again, cover it with your cloth, and of course, an image, your statue of Isis or a photo of Isis. And put all that there. You also might like to play some soft music in the background as you meditate. Sounds of the seashore can be particularly relaxing. The goddess Isis is the goddess of mariners, and her divine presence can be felt within the depths of the sea. To prepare for your meditation, start the music and light the candle. Take a sip of the milk and invoke her name 3 times. Isis is the Greek form of her name, but in ancient Egypt, she was Aset, pronounced Aset, obviously. In tone, Isis, 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 or if you prefer the Egyptian, Aset, Aset, Aset. Before you begin, make sure the room is warm enough for you to sit in comfort, but not too hot, or you may become drowsy. Sit in front of your altar on a straight-back chair, or you could sit or kneel on the floor. Try to keep your spine straight if you can. However, choose a posture that you can maintain without fidgeting. Relax and begin to focus on your breathing. Become aware of your inward and outward breaths as you inhale and exhale the breath of life, the divine gift to use from the gods. In your own time, allow your breathing to slow down until you reach a gentle and relaxed rhythm. When you're relaxed, you can prepare to begin the visualization exercise. The exercise is designed to take you into a meditative state. If you have been to, yoga classes or any such thing. The state of relaxed awareness where the psyche is open will be familiar to you. Once you achieve a meditative state, your mind will become relaxed enough to enter into a trance-like mode, where the image and archetype of the All-Mother, all-healing, all-protecting, all-powerful goddess Isis can come manifested through you.
Close your eyes to begin with. You are going to visualize one by one the colors of the spectrum. From red, which symbolizes our raw animalistic energy, to violet, the color of spiritual tranquility and peace. Take the time to visualize each color fully. Do not rush. Picture in your mind's eye the number 7 and the color red, the color of the rising sun. Allow a red light to fill your psyche while you visualize the number 7. Stay with the red light for a few moments. Next, take the number 6 and the color orange, the color of warm desert, touched by the rays of the fillings of the morning sun. Fill your mind with the orange light until it becomes bright and vivid. Follow on with the number 5 and the color yellow, the color of the noonday. Remember to breathe slowly and evenly. With each number and color, feel yourself sinking deeper into a state of blissful relaxation. Continue with the number 4 and the color green, the green of the vegetation growing by the Nile. Visualize the number 3 in Isis's own color of the summer sky. Next, focus upon 2 in the color indigo, the color of the deep night sky that symbolizes the goddess, veiled and hidden. Lastly, focus on the number 1 and the color violet. Now we are beginning to pass out of the realm of earthly things. Allow the violet light to fill your mind with gentle harmony and peace. Breathe slowly and gently. You are in control and aware. While feeling relaxed and empowered, affirm to yourself, I am now in meditative awareness, where all I see is correct and balanced in accordance with the doctrine of the great goddess Ma'at, goddess of the scales of harmony and justice, and of the goddess Isis, she upon whose breast I can rest my weary head and find peace, all-embracing love. Remain in the meditative state and allow your mind to open itself to the free flow of images and feelings that reveal themselves to you. It may take several attempts before you feel totally relaxed, but the resulting energy and the elimination of the harmful effects of stress will be your reward. When you are ready to return to the everyday world, do not forget you are always in control. You can return in your own time and whenever you wish. When you are yourself, when you simply wish to become yourself, simply count yourself 1 to 7, visualizing each color from violet back to red. When you are back with red, the color of physical energy, put yourself in touch with your body. Flex your muscles around your neck and shoulders. Stretch out your arms and take a deep breath. Exhale and open your eyes to gaze upon the image of the goddess Isis upon the altar. Thank the goddess for her love and protection and then extinguish your candle and any incense. Drink some of the milk you have offered if you wish. It does a body good, keeping the rest of the libation to the goddess. Repeat this exercise whenever you want to relax and feel at one with the goddess Isis and her powers.
Next, we're going to cover the libation to Isis. To libate is to return something to the earth. We do this to thank the goddess for what she has given us. You can libate milk in your own backyard, a city park, or anywhere that you can touch the earth.
Oh dear God, I thought you said something else.
I don't know what you would think I would say.
Something that you breast the feeding stuff and... Never mind.
If this is difficult, keep a pot of earth to use for libations. From time to time, take this outside and empty it out, refilling the pot again with fresh earth. This may not seem a lot of effort simply to dispose of some excess milk, but is important. When we have set something aside for a spiritual purpose, we must treat it with respect. Want to cover consecrating an amulet?
No.
I think we should.
Okay.
Are you going to do it in that sing-song voice again?
I was going with the meditation. Prepare a room for consecration.
Oh, no. Come on.
Before consecrating your amulet, you will need to clean and tidy a room where you can perform your consecration. Remember that ritual cleanliness was of great importance to the ancient Egyptians. Cleanliness is next to godliness in the Egyptian religion.
You didn't say that.
You will need a small table or shelf that can act as an altar, which you can leave bare or cover with a clean cloth. Place your Isis picture on the altar, or whomever that you choose. You will need incense and an incense burner. Incense sticks can be used, but this incense that is burned on charcoal has a much more pleasant smell and is much more traditional.
Our sticks smell good.
Esoteric stores often stocked Egyptian incenses. We have all the gods. You will also need 1 or 2 blue candles for Isis and green ones for her husband Osiris. A bowl of water and some salt in an ornamental container. You will need clean clothing. A long white robe is ideal, but it can really be any garment. White or light colored is more typical of the dress worn in ancient Egypt. You will also need some indoor sandals or slippers which have not been worn outside. Alternatively, you can also perform your ritual in the barefoot. Preparing yourself. Once you have prepared your sacred altar, you will need to prepare yourself. Allow an hour and a half for your ritual purification and ritual. The best way to prepare for a magical rite is to have a ritual bath. Perfume was important to the ancient Egyptians, and different scents have their own symbolism. What comes out of your underarm naturally is not considered an incense nor a pheromone. Just saying. In your bath, you could include drops of a perfumed oil, such as frankincense, or lotus even.
Pink lotus?
Pink lotus. Jasmines, or a jasmine attar.
Neroli's?
Neroli's would be an excellent choice also. Ambers would be the oil of the gods. The ancient Egyptians used natron salt as a purifying agent. Those just joining or didn't hear, natron is baking soda with salt. Rock salt with additives is good for this purpose and can be obtained from health food stores. If you do not have a bath, shower instead, placing the oil on your washcloth. Would you like to do the affirmation while bathing?
I don't know. Okay. Oh, I get music. Once you have prepared your bath, lie down in it and relax. Close your eyes and visualize the color blue. Against the blue background, visualize an image of the goddess Isis.
What happens if I just visualize like a big old tiger ripping through the blue, eating it up?
That would not be appropriate.
Gotcha.
At this moment. Visualize the wings of Isis stretching over you to protect you in your work. When you are ready, say this affirmation. I prepare myself to enter a sacred space. May my spirit be cleansed of all negativity, and may my heart be pure. As I draw upon the power of the element of water, may I draw upon the magic of the cosmos to protect and purify me in this my right. As with every magical operation, the mundane is also important. So mirror this with a good physical wash. By washing the skin clean when we are about to do an important undertaking, we are preparing psychologically for what is to come. When you have finished your bath, dry yourself and massage your body with oil or perfume. Stand before a mirror and say, into me flows the power of Isis, the goddess who is the possessor of magic, she who performs magic and is effective of speech. May I be excellent of words.
To prepare your psyche for this rite, perform the meditative awareness exercise in Isis meditation. And of course you will close your eyes and you do the spectrum one by one, beginning with red and the number 7. As your visualization reaches number 1, then the color violet, imagine that you pass out of the realm of the earthly things. Violet light fills your mind with gentle harmony and peace. Now that your spine is energized, column of light, your spine is the Djed, the column or spine of the god Osiris, the source of his strength and power. It's also the source and power of Ptah. The column of light seems to reach higher and higher until it stretches to the heavens. From the base of your spine, the column of energy reaches down to the deepest heart of the earth. And now the power in your spine begins to build up and flow outward across your back and down your arms. The light that is flowing from your spine is energizing your arms and hands. Take your amulet now and allow energy from your hands to flow into the amulet, energizing it. You may see the amulet begin to glow with psychic energy. Now waft the amulet through the smoke of your incense, saying, I burn to you perfume, O glorious ones. I sense this shrine in homage to you. May this holy amulet be purified by the sweet-smelling incense of the gods. Now place the amulet on your open palms and offer it to the image of your gods, particularly Isis, if you're using Isis, and the candles that surround it, and say, hail to you. I guess it would be, most amulets are charged to Isis. No, sir. Hail to you, Isis and Osiris. I ask your blessing and protection on this amulet by your holy power of love. May this symbol guard and protect me by night and by day. May I walk under the sheltering wings of Isis, and with the strength of the risen Osiris, be united with my innermost being. Now put the amulet, and in your own words, thank the spiritual forces that you have invoked. Extinguish your candles and return to your everyday awareness by doing that meditative exercise of going from 1 to 7. back to the color red. Mind do a ritual for good fortune for people?
Okay. All right.
I'm just kind of full of it tonight.
This is some show. I have to say. Here it is, right there in front of you.
You give me one candy, I want 7. I want more sugar.
You know what?
Sorry, I'll just wash it down with a Coke.
Okay.
Oh, F-bomb drop!
Oops.
First one of the show.
Ritual for good fortune. Okay, you'll need a couple of things. Gonna need a clean white cloth, 1 blue candle, green candle, a dark blue candle, a red candle, a yellow candle or gold candle, incense in a bowl of clean water.
Remember, cleanliness was utmost importance
next to
Egypt.
godliness, yes. To begin your rite, consecrate your sacred space by circuiting the altar clockwise. Take your water bowl and, starting from the back of your altar, walk clockwise in a complete circuit around it, sprinkling water on the ground as you go. You can use these words of blessing. O great gods and gentle goddess of the land of Kemet, I make this offering of water to prepare a temple for your worship. May this circle be a barrier that no evil presence or thought can break. I do this in the name of Maat. May my voice and intention be true and my heart be pure. Return the water bowl to the altar and take up your incense burner and proceed around the altar as before, holding it up to allow the incense smoke to consecrate your space, saying, O great gods and gentle goddesses of the land of Kemet, I make this offering of incense to prepare a temple for your worship. May this circle be a barrier that no evil presence or thought can break. I do this in the name of Ma'at. May my voice and intention be true and my heart pure. Return the incense burner to the altar and stand facing the altar. Open your arms out at shoulder height, your palms facing the altar, and ask out loud for the blessing of the gods. I perform this rite in the names of Enid Avon, Atomre, Shu, Tefnut, Nui, Geb, Isis, Osiris, Nephthys, and Set. May they and their heirs, Horus, Bast, Anubis, and the sons of Horus be favorable unto me. May my divine father Geb be my foundation. May he be strong beneath my feet. May my divine mother Nut be my protection. May the arch of a body shelter the universe. These words will focus your mind on what you are asking of the gods and make your request more sincere. Now address your thoughts to the gods and ask that they bless you and your endeavors on the day in question. You may say something along the lines of, Gracious goddess and gentle gods who rule the universe, I ask your blessing on, such and such a date, when I must perform the difficult task of whatever, you have in mind. Help me to perform this task, drawing on your energy and strength. May the time be favorable to me and mine, and may fortune assist me. Now meditate for a few moments on the day to come. Visualize yourself completing the day successfully with no obstacles or problems standing in your way. Finally, address the gods once more to thank them for their blessing. And you can say something along the lines of, Hail to you, O great ones, according to your names, children of a goddess, who have come forth from the sacred womb, lords by virtue of your mother, who do not know the necropolis, the place of death. Behold, may you protect and save me. May you make me prosperous and safe, for I am a servant of the gods, and my love is with you forever. To end your rite, you may say the following. I thank the great gods and gentle goddesses of the lands of Kemet for their presence in this temple of life. As your force and power return to the cosmos, May your eyes open, ears and hearts be favorable unto me. So at this point you can extinguish your candles and, return to your, everyday stuff. Place your candles somewhere where you can light them for a period each evening until you've reached the day for which you seek blessing. How about glamourite?
A what?
A glamourite.
Sure, why not? You will need an image of Hathor. A small amulet, preferably one that you have charged. A clean white cloth, a small bowl of water, incense and a burner. Green candles for Hathor, and gold or yellow candles for Horus. Prior to the rite, create an image of Hathor in her horned headdress. You will also need a small amulet that you can consecrate for this rite. Anything with the image of Hathor on it would be ideal, or simply an image of an Ankh. Set up an altar with water, incense, and candles. Green is appropriate for the color Hathor as it is associated with Venus in the Western esoteric tradition. And for Horus, burn gold or yellow candles and place the deity with your amulet on the altar.
That was short. Alright, here's the rite for that, since... okay. Allow an hour and a half for the rite and for your ritual bath or shower. Place your image of the goddess on the altar and light the altar candles and some incense. Perform the meditative awareness exercise described, previously, and then spend a few minutes gazing at the image of Hathor. Close your eyes and begin to focus on your breathing. Visualize Hathor standing in front of you in the form of a beautiful Egyptian woman. Imagine that you are approaching Hathor, who is surrounded by a warm pink glow. You move closer to the goddess and find that she is drawing you into her. Her divine femininity merges with your aura, and you find yourself looking out into your room with her eyes. Say the following words aloud to yourself. I am one with the goddess Hathor. I embrace with her arms. I am the innermost essence of a woman. I am the goddess of love. None will forget my radiance. When you are ready, focus on your breathing and slowly come back into wakefulness. Without breaking your concentration, take your amulet and pass it through the incense smoke. While doing this, you can say the following words. May the air carry this perfume to the goddess. May her power and beauty be present. Cleanse and consecrate this ankh. May it empower me with her presence. Take the amulet in one hand and briefly immerse it in water, saying, with this symbol of divine life, may her power and beauty be present. Cleanse and consecrate this ankh. May it empower me with her presence. Now hold the amulet in both hands and say 3 times, the power of the goddess be within. The power of the goddess surround me. The power of the goddess be without. May her power and beauty be manifest for all to see.
Be sure to wear your amulet only when you want to draw upon the glamour of Hathor. Although many morning and evening rituals have only come down to us through the Although many morning and evening rituals have come down to us, only the information that there existed midday rituals has survived. The midday ritual was created by both ancient texts and a little bit of my own writing in there. You need the altar cloth, light blue, because of the association with the sky during the daytime and the sacredness of Huat Ra. Other items include 2 bowls of spring water, one for purification and one as a libation offering, an oil lamp, incense, natron, which is baking soda with salt, a symbol of Ma'at, an item of gold, fruit, a sistrum, which is...
You can get those.
You can get sistrum still.
Yeah, you always see Bast holding those.
Yeah, and a ritual broom.
Or Bastet, I should say.
Yeah. Light the charcoal and place it on the burner. Hold up the bowl of both spring water as you say, O water, may you remove all evil, as Ra who bathes in the lake of rushes. May Heru wash my flesh. May Dehute will cleanse my feet. May Shu lift me up and Nut take my hand. Set the bowl of water aside and say, my Netron is the Netron of Heru, and the Netron of Heru is my Netron. My Netron is the Netron of Setek, and the Netron of Setek is my Netron. My Netron of Dejute is the Netron of Jehute, and is my Netron. My Netron of Geb is the Netron of Geb is my Netron. My mouth is the mouth of the milking calf on the day I was born. Mix some Netron with the spring water, then take the bowl of Netron and sprinkle this lightly as you walk around 4 times the ritual area.
Next, light the oil lamp. Oh, you should have an oil lamp handy.
We already said you needed one above, but you weren't paying attention. You were more worried about where my hands were going. Whacking the mic around and stuff, or trying to go for the candy.
Stop with the sugar. You're already out of control. You're very animated. Oh,
Okay, all the candy that's spilled, I'll take. It's got the 10-second rule.
Oh, no, don't.
Just keep going with the show. Come on.
All right, stop scarfing so much sugar. All right, light the oil lamp. Perform the ritual gesture of embracing the earth while saying, come in peace, O glorious eye of Heru. Be strong and renew your breath in peace. From the flame shines like Ra on the double horizon. I am pure, I am pure, I am pure, I am pure. Put the incense on the burning... Stop. Excuse me. Put the incense on the burning charcoal in the burner. Assume the posture of adoration while saying, the fire is laid, the fire shines. The incense is laid on the fire, the incense shines. Your perfume comes to me, O incense. May my perfume come to you, O incense. Your perfume comes to me, O Neteru. May my perfume come to you, you Neteru. May I be with you, you Neteru. May you be with me, you Neteru. May I live with you, you Neteru. May you live with me, you Neteru. I love you, you Neteru. May you love me, you Neteru.
Invocation to Hiraturen. Add the incense to the burner or assume the posture of invocation as you recite the following invocations. Make jubilation for gold and sweet pleasure for the Lady of the Two Lands. Great is her majesty when she is propitiated. Adoration of gold when she shines forth in the sky. To you belongs everything in the sky while Ra is in it. To you belongs everything in the earth while Geb is in it. There is no Neter there is no Neter who does what you dislike when you appear in glory. Invocation to Ra, yours.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, so add some appropriate incense to the burner and say, Hail Ra in your beautiful crossing. I have seen you in the 3 forms which you take. I have adored you in the morning. In this your name is... Oh. Can you please pronounce that for me?
Kripi.
Yeah.
It's actually Karepri.
It's
Karepri.
I can never get my tongue around that.
Karepri.
Alright, there you go. I have praised you at midday. In this your name of Ra. I have propitiated you in the evening. In this your name of Atum. It is your Uraeus snake that has enchanted your enemies. Uraeus snake surrounds you.
That's like the Ouroboros.
Yeah.
Ma'at. Now you take the symbol of Ma'at and assume a posture of offering and say, O Ma'at, first and last, we praise you, mistress of all. Without whom there could only be chaos, through whom all is manifest. We who breathe you, we who exist in you, we whose bodies are of you, we whose thoughts flow through you, honor and glorify your name. May your power and dominion continue without end. And place the Ma'at symbol on the altar. We will be actually going through all the gods and goddesses on the Ustream so that you know why you're doing all this. Here you go, offer the libration. Take the spring water and hold it in a gesture of offering and say, this libation is for you, O gold. This libation is for you, Haratara. I have brought you the offering of water that your heart may be refreshed. I have brought you this offering of water, placing it at your feet. I present that which flows forth from you, that your heart shall continue to beat, for it is with you it all comes forth at the sound of the voice. And you place the libation at the altar. Hold the bowl of spring water in your left hand in front of your chest and say, Ra reaches his zenith in potency and in strength. Dip the tips of your fingers at the right of your right hand into the water and sprinkle it before the altar. Oh, you, O Harav Hara, dance before him. Again, dip your fingers and sprinkle the water before the altar. Lady of the vulva, your beauty sings to his heart. Third time, dip your fingers, tips, and sprinkle the water before the altar. Insatiable, he lusts after you towards his destiny. A fourth time, dip your fingertips and sprinkle the water before the altar. It is you who calls and beckons, who inspires him forth. A fifth time, dip your fingertips and sprinkle the water before the altar. O golden one, may your attraction continue for many millions of years. The water is sprinkled 5 times to symbolize the union of 2 becoming and 3 creation becoming manifest. So it's the 2 of becoming and the 3, which is the creation, becoming manifest. Together they represent power and energy, also becoming and manifestation. Hold the bowl of sand in your left hand in front of your chest and say, Ra reaches his zenith in potency and strength. Take a little sand in your fingers and sprinkle before the altar. Oh, you, oh, Ra. Dance before him. Take a little sand in your fingers and sprinkle before the altar. Lady of the vulva, your beauty sings to his heart. Take a little sand in your fingers and sprinkle before the altar. Insatiable, he lusts after you toward his destiny. Take a little sand in your fingers and sprinkle before the altar. It is you who calls and beckons, who inspires him forth. Take a little sand in your fingers and sprinkle before the altar. O golden one, may your attraction continue for millions of years. And of course, it's the same reason why it's sprinkled 5 times. 5 plus 5 is 10. Relating specifically to the concepts of time and space as well as measurement, it represents manifestation. Move the offering table to the next altar, or table next to the altar. So your offering table is next to your altar.
Right. Okay, so add some incense to the burner. Hold in your hand the food offering and assume a posture of offering. Some people, I think, bend the knee, arms outstretched, with a bowl in front of you, of course.
What's a vulva?
Oh, you know what a vulva is, you're a woman. Okay. Offer in your cupped hand an item of gold.
But what if Orca doesn't?
I'm sure he does.
Obsidian dragon might not.
Okay, so you totally distracting. Okay. Offer in your cupped hand an item of gold. Ra. For you, Ra, traverses the sky, and so we live. For this I honor you with what comes from you, returning it to be given again. Place the item of gold before the image. Of course, gold symbolizes the divine, the son of Ra, immortality, spirituality, the stars in the heaven. And of course, it's equated with Ra, as she is the personification of gold. Offer in your cupped hands a piece of fruit. Ra, because of you the world is fertile, and so we live. For this I praise you with what comes from you, returning it to be given again. So place the fruit once more before an image, and the fruit symbolizes the power of the sun to create. Offer in your cupped hands the sistrum. Ra, through you people are filled with pleasure and joy, and so we live. For this I exalt you with what comes from you, returning it to be given again. So I wonder how many people know how to actually play the sistrum.
I don't know. That would be an interesting. I thought that would be an interesting thing. Whatever.
So I guess if you strum the system it would be equating to.
I think so.
Like playing it. Hang on. System, does it even have, or is it just like little? Yeah, it does have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
Right, well, it's sometimes. It's a system. Or is the system the thing with the bells?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just the little chime
Yeah,
things.
it's just the bells. Yeah.
It's the bells.
Yeah, it's got like rows of bells on it. It's hard to I don't know how to describe it, but I'm sure most people know what it looks like.
Shall we take a music break?
Yeah.
Let's play Espen and the Witch.
Oh yeah, this is something that we picked up the other night from Amoeba.
Yeah,
It's actually kind of cool.
I never thought I'd find myself so far away from you. Distant memories swell as the sea unfurls.
Sometimes a man and woman spend 10 or 20 years together, and they don't belong together. And then one day, one of them tries to leave, and does, but in a most peculiar way. Woman, one of these days I'm leaving you far behind. And on that day you'll be grieving. Grieve on, woman, I don't mind. Look out in the backyard, Mama, 'cause I'm leaving you real soon. Gonna fly me up to heaven in my big red balloon.
You're nothing but an old fool, and that's all you'll ever be. You're nothing but an old fool, you know you'll never leave me. So stop your silly playing, it's time to settle down. And hear me when I'm saying, you'll never get that damn thing off the ground.
Woman, are you looking? 'Cause I'm almost 10 feet high, high, high. Woman, stop your
cooking.
'cause I'll never eat that pie. I'm on my way to
Heaven.
might even touch the moon. Wave me goodbye, I'm
Leaving.
in my big red balloon.
You're nothing but an old fool, and that's all you'll ever be. You're nothing but an old fool. You know you'll never leave me. So stop your silly playing. It's time to settle down. You better hear me when I'm saying you'll never get that damn thing off the ground.
You never gave me
Loving.
You never were the kind. You never gave me
Children.
You never had the time. Remember me too.
No one.
I was born this afternoon. I've got it all
Together.
in my big red balloon.
You're nothing but an old fool, and that's all you ever be. Now you're nothing but an old fool. You know you'll never leave me. So stop your silly playing. It's time to settle down. Better hear me when I'm saying you'll never get that damn thing off the ground. You'll never get that damn thing off the ground. Do you hear me, boy? Well, this time.
God, I love that song. I don't know why.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's you.
Pa-ba-boom.
Sorry.
Let's talk about some codes of conduct and what was sin and misfortune. Well, we got a lot that we're going to cover. We're actually going to cover the Hall of Tuat and Samat things.
Yeah.
Because I have we have an interesting way of doing it because we do it Judge Judy style. Mm-hmm. I know, it just thrills you when I do that.
Oh, yeah, it thrills me.
Can tell. Put your clothes back on. We're doing a show.
I know.
At this juncture, it may be noteworthy to discuss the codes of conduct and ethics and concept of sin as it was understood in the Egyptian spiritual system. Without a doubt, the Egyptians certainly did have taboos, which if acted upon by an individual would have been seen as blasphemous. You are a blasphemer.
A blasphemer.
You're a blasphemer. An example of some of these are listed in a late period text describing acts which had been done in desecration. He has afflicted suffering. He has repeated injury. He has made unrest rise up anew. He has brought suffering in the sanctuary. Now, these taboos are listed in a drawn text from the late period of Set, and they had become demonized and equated with various foreign invaders who committed crimes against Egypt. Nevertheless, the idea of misfortunes occurring to an individual because one had sinned was more or less an alien concept and not part of the Egyptian system. Thank you, Catholicism. Mm-hmm. Rather, the goal of the codes of conduct were to help the individual to live in harmony with Ma'at. Now, the Egyptians fully understood that on occasion, an individual who is completely blameless of any transgression would be struck by misfortune. Dr. Jan Assman explains, explains, misfortune was not the manifestation of an incense deity, but of the power of evil, of chaos, of non-being. It is important to understand that in the ancient Egyptian system, there's the understanding that each person is responsible for their own actions. Oh, certainly not America. Further, one's actions have a direct bearing on the events in the life of the individual later. Within the ancient Egyptian wisdom text from the Middle Kingdom, there's a constant reference to memory, mindfulness, and obligation that one accrues. A good character returns to his place of yesterday, for it is commanded, do something good for him who does something in order to ensure that he remains active. This is done to thank him for whatever he's done. As the instructions of King Merakar state, all actions are interconnected. A blow is reciprocated with the same. This is the jointure of everything that is done. It's actually where the Bible came up with an eye for an eye type thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Oh, I was just looking at something.
Yeah, we're gonna go through that.
I don't know. I think maybe we should just jump to the Ustream. Oh, hang on.
I think we should go to the Ustream show. I think we're ready for the Ustream. Let's end this part of the show with the Ustream. Now, right below, guys, is the Ustream. For those on the podcast, it'll be a separate show. But right below you is the Ustream. We'll have the sound running over there. We're actually going to turn off the encoder over here, but we're going to end with a song on this show so that this part of the show is over. We jump to the Ustream where we're going to talk about the gods and goddesses and how they acted in life and how you can choose which gods and goddesses you want. We will also that you would want to bring forth into your temple. Mm-hmm. We're also going to talk about the Hall of Tuat and Ma'at's justice and Ma'at's feather. And then we'll jump over to open Q&A. So one last song. Boy, if I knew if it was going to be that show, I would have saved the songs. But it doesn't matter.
What would have been short?
That could just the sins and stuff like that. But let's just end this and get over to the Ustream.
I mean, it's just...
When the devil is too busy and death's a bit too much, they call on me by name, you see, for my special touch. To the gentlemen, I'm misfortune. To the ladies, I'm surprise. But call me by any name, anyway, it's all the same. I'm the fly in your soup, I'm the pebble in your shoe, I'm the bee beneath your bed, I'm the bump on every head, I'm the heel on which you slip, I'm the pin in every head, I'm the thorn in your side, makes you wiggle and ride. And it's so easy when you're evil. This is the life you see, the devil tips his hat to me. I do it all because I'm evil, and I do it all for free. Your tears are all the pay I'll ever need. While there's children to make sad, while there's candy to be had, while there's pockets left to pick, while there's grannies left to trip down the stairs, I'll be there. I'll be waiting round the corner. It's a game, I'm glad I'm in it, 'cause there's one phone every minute. And it's so easy when you're evil. This is the life you see, the devil tips his hat to me. I do it all because I'm evil, and I do it all for free. Your tears are all the pay I'll ever need. I pledge my allegiance to all things dark, and I promise on my damned soul to do as I am told. Lord Beelzebub has never seen a soldier quite like me. It gets so lonely being evil. What I'd do to see you smile, even for a little while. And no one loves you when you're evil. I'm lying through my teeth, your tears